Offstage Hang, episode
113.
113. Darren Lim, Kim Leo, KL De La Cruz, Ray Marasigan. Long overdue episode. Kumusta?
Okay naman. Ikaw, kumusta? Kayo?
Matagal tayong hindi naka-record ng episode. Masyado tayong busy, life and projects. You have somebody coming up with from D&D?
We're busy organizing the clinic ngayon ni Greg Bissonette. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng nag-sign up. I think puno na siya.
When is it happening?
It's on August 19th. And then sa Sari Sari Bar.
Oh.
Yun sa bar nila.
Ina Ellie, oo.
So hope to see everyone who signed up there. I think we're gonna give away some free shirts para dun sa mga nakapag-sign up.
Greg Bissonette is representing
Dixon
Drums.
Yeah.
Nice. Very excited for that.
I think you've also played before na we tried, na-try mo yung Little Rumor.
I have the Little Rumor. You gave me a Little Rumor.
I mean, napaluwa mo na siya.
Yes, of course. Si KL has a new release, a new project. Tama ba?
Album?
Yes.
Album
Sana
na ba?
album. Ginagawa ko siya as an album, pero yung releases, puro single.
Ilang singles na ni-release?
Isa pa lang pero meron ulit this coming August.
Nice.
Yes. So, sana every 2 months.
And you're performing as
Kim Leo.
Yes. Who's in your band? I mean, it's a solo project, but who plays with you live?
Sa live, yung pinsan ko dalawang Brial. So, nagsi-session work na sila tapos yung isa producer.
That pala, Juan De La Cruz yun.
Oo nga.
Pero C-R-E-W. De La Cruz. De La Cruz.
Paano ka gumagawa ng kanta? Tuloy-tuloy, nakabangko na lahat.
May mga nakabangko pero parang na-challenge ako na gumawa ng something new. Lalo na yung kasama ko sila Ray, sila Bajao, sila Echo. Kasi sila rin yung kasama ko usually pag recording. So, yun. Kasi nag-release ako ng song last May. Sila Ray kasama ko nag-record. So, si John Apura nag-gitara, si Echo nag-bass, nag-drum.
So, Party Pace pala yung, yung studio band.
Yes, Party Pace.
Si KL kasi works at Kodama, yung studio ni Shinji. So, parang pag nandun siya, nakatambay kami. And then, he'd be like writing songs. Inaabutan ko sila ni Echo and Bajao. You did a lot of work with them, with various artists then, recording peoples from Ian Veneracion to sino pa mga nirecord?
Marami sila, Frank Ellie. Sandwich,
yes. Hindi, with sina Bajao.
Sila Bajao.
And Echo.
Si pa-iba Nameless Kids.
Si Yeng Constantino, did you record him? Yeah.
Si Yeng.
With, sino nga ba nag-bass? Si Buddy played bass on that.
Ian V.
Ian Veneracion. So, iba-iba. Hindi ko na maalala pa.
You're going on tour?
Yes. Well, tour, mag-open ako for Ian Veneracion.
That's still a tour. Saan?
Yes. Sa Australia.
Wow! International artist touring. Pero ano yan? Is Ian's band backing you up? Are you playing in Ian's band or you're playing solo?
I'm playing solo.
Acoustic.
So, more on electro acoustic.
Okay.
Lang. So, mas relax lang siya. Yeah.
Ikaw, Reeves, kamusta? Anong
Sandwich just released a single with Suyen, Basura, sa Tuesday.
Sobrang
bang
ganda
date
ng
ngayon?
kanta na yan.
Oy, thank you. Ano yan? Marikina Made. Mga taga Marikina. Ano bang date ngayon? Monday 14, bukas 15. So the episode is probably out. Tuesday night, we're playing 70s Bistro, Sandwich with Imago, and Violent Playground. One of our heroes growing up.
Hindi narinig yung band na yan.
Violent Playground. Napanood ko sila nung college pa ako sa UP eh. Ayun. And yeah, it's exciting. Tapos, ano pa ba? The Heads are playing in October, yung festival.
Electric Fun.
Na medyo hindi kami natuloy nung may kailangan pa kaming gawin. Kailangan namin magkita-kita ulit. Everybody got busy doing their own shit.
Buti natuloy na yung yung festival din.
We wanted to make it different. Parang dito ka na ikwento kasi ngayon lang tayo nag-podcast. Hindi ko alam kung matutuloy itong plano, pero yung mga plano parang things that we're considering from the previous show nung 2022 may mga tents na, kunwari, gusto ko may tent para pwede ka magpahinga eh. Kasi, di ba, it's gonna be a long festival featuring bands that we wanna play with live. Tapos, nag-iiba din yung lineup ng bands papunta sa festival kasi depende sa schedule, depende sa commitments ng ibang bands. May tent na gusto ko may bean bags. Pwede ka matulog. Diba? Kasi when I go to a festival, kunwari, hindi ko gusto panoorin. Pero gusto mong mag-save ng energy for a later act. Pahinga ka sa beanbag, tapos may, di ba, pwede ka matulog.
Pwede kayo magpa-sponsor sa Uratex.
Di ba? Sino ba Uratex? Sino Big Boy ba?
Oo.
Big Boy. May beanbag. May beanbags ba sila?
Parang higaan lang. Higaan na, please.
I'm just spitballing. Hindi ko alam kung matutuloy. But I asked for it. Gusto ko rin, ito yung pamatay, may masahe.
Uy.
Di ba? May tent na may magmamasahe ng mga bulag. Di ba? Saya nun. Marang, kunwari, it's a band na hindi mo gusto panoorin, pero gusto panoorin nung kasama mo or nung kids mo. Di ba? Kasi yung range nung age ng band sa tutugtog, din eh. Malawak din eh. So, or, di ba? Parang ganon. Mga ganyan ang gusto kong mangyari.
Solid.
So, para festival for all ages, hindi, di ba? Kasi last time, we played a 3-hour show, pero they waited for 2 hours, tapos pagod na lahat. Parang they wish there were chairs. Parang, but I don't want chairs sa concert. Parang, hindi,
Hindi siya becoming of a concert.
Hindi parang festival yung medyo, So, I want to find a way na everybody's still relaxed and, di ba? And have energy by the time you play. So, madami pa akong pinaplano, pero kailangan pa namin pag-usapan. Ayun. Maybe ititis ko sa future episodes natin pag nakausap ko na yung tatlo. Busy pa sila. Si Ellie's promoting a method adapter. Ayan.
Excited na ako actually.
Ako din eh. Di ko pa kayo napapanood sa Manila.
Hindi ka pa nakanood nung last time, Hindi, nanood ka ng Singapore.
Sa Manila.
Hindi, wala ka dun sa isa yung...
Wala.
Nagbabike kami, sabi niya, sorry Kayla, wala na akong ticket.
Sorry, no. Sorry, Kayla. Binawian kita!
Yung Singapore.
Singapore, binawian kita. Yung Singapore, tsaka yung Singapore, si Jay. Andun si Jay.
Andun nga si Jay.
Nahulog. Andun si Jay, plus backstage ka, plus photographer ka pa nun, videographer ka pa nung Singapore.
Nasa backstage.
Kasama mo pa kapatid mo, tsaka brand new wife.
Yes, may brand new wife.
Di ba? Mas
parang may
yun.
old eh.
Wala. The one
His
and only.
previous wife.
Brand new na to.
As in, week of your wedding, like a week after your wedding lang.
Yeah. As in, afternoon, dire-diretso nga kami sa Japan.
Honeymoon, Singapore, heads, Jay Contreras, di ba? Na nakatambay lang backstage na binudol natin.
Actually, solid nga.
Di ba mas maganda pa yun?
Mas maganda pa yun.
Let's talk about our guest for episode 113.
Next guest natin, I think, is a relatively newcomer on the scene. I love their single, Raining in Manila. So yun, feeling ko sakto rin na sila yung guest natin kasi dahil sa panahon ngayon. So yun, for episode 113, please welcome Lola Amor.
Thank you for coming out.
Sakto yung guest natin kasi raining in Manila.
It's raining in Marikina.
Yes.
Guys, how are you guys?
Good. Busog kami ngayon. Busog.
Tama-tama. Dahil nag-lunch kayo, our real sponsor for this episode, we have Likhang Harina, we have coffee, and we can eat again later. We have
So meron tayong cinnamon rolls and some choco butter na toast.
Hindi kami nag-dessert.
Dessert tayo after the episode, but we'll get you the coffee.
Okay.
Maybe later, kuha na lang kayo. May lang, pakatanggal na lang ng paper. Thank you. Sila,
we have for everybody, for the guests. Okay, resume. Guys, what's your latest project ganap?
So we're coming out with an album this year. So 7 songs and we released 2 so far.
I think I was there on the eve of one of the releases.
Yes.
Yeah, Jazz's house.
Yes.
Some random, what do you call it, a mixer? Party.
Yes.
That was our first release after
yes,
our
that was the
previous album. Yeah.
first release for the year.
Yes.
Kasi last year had an album last year.
Yes. Yeah, we did. First album namin, nawala na yung dati naming bassist na si Raymond, who has been with us since the start. Ayan. Medyo nagbago yung sound. Mas ano na siya, mas, what do you call this? Mas pop na siya,
Yeah,
I guess.
that was first time mag-work with producers internationally.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your label?
Warner.
Warner. Okay. Sinong mga,
Mga
Produ.
producers.
Just one, or well, a pair. Si Hyukshin and si Curly. So they're based in Malaysia. Hyukshin is Korean and then Curly is a Malaysian. They work with a lot of mga K-pop idols with idols. Tapos so first time nila to work with a band. So in a long time. So
are they
pareho kaming
partners
nanibago.
in producing or two separate producers?
Partners in producing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tapos,
Parang yin-yang siya.
how does it work? Did you meet them face to face or online?
Face to face, we met them once in a songwriting camp na inorganize ng Warner for us.
Dito?
So on one of the days, hindi sa Malaysia rin.
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Uy, may junkets.
Anong difference na masasabi nyo sa experience working with international producers versus here or
I think unang-una dahil first time working with them, we had to work in all English kasi para sa kanila rin dahil dun sa method nila kailangan din na maintindihan yung ibig sabihin ng mga kanta. So, at first we requested can we also write some songs in Tagalog pero first time namin with them so ano talaga. So let's work on all English first. And I guess first time rin namin working with producers in general. So we wouldn't know what to say about working with producers here. Pero iba talaga after that naisip na ba't never tayo nag-producer ba dati?
Pero ang bilis we were able to make how many songs in the span of 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Wow.
9 working days, 7 songs.
Parang grind talaga.
In the camp, kayo lang or may other artists?
May other artists.
All Warner.
Yes, Warner Philippines and Warner Australia. Doon kami
Stig.
Pero who moderated the camp? Mga producers din.
I guess yung mga tao sa label. So sila nag-moderate tapos they brought in producers from all over Asia, I guess.
Wow.
Southeast
Sino
Asia.
kasama niyo from the Philippines?
Si Player 2, Jason Dacal, tsaka si Philip from SB19. Yeah.
What did you guys, anong takeaway from the songwriting camp?
You can write a song in a day. It's possible.
We didn't know it was possible.
How did you guys write before?
I usually take
2 days. It used to be 2 days, now it's just a day.
Honestly, 3 months minsan
as much as a year.
Oh. Kasi di talaga kami technically versed.
Especially starting, no?
Oo. So, ever since, pag nagsusulat kami kanta, may baon lang akong chords tsaka lyrics ng konting lyrics lang tapos bubuuin namin sa rehearsal studio na it's just a small room and the drums are on full blast, may dalawa pa kaming horns, so sobrang ingay talaga. So kailangan mo talaga 2 hours lang kayo magsusulat in a day. Tapos after that, next week na ulit, sakit na tenga ko.
So anong difference? Nag-iba dun from the camp? Are you willing to share? Pwede din namang secret.
Yeah, it's fine. I guess the first of all, working with the producer, as a band of 7 people, nacha-channel nila yung, kasi democratic kami, so lahat nagde-decide, I want this, I want that. An external opinion saying na okay guys, I think you're overthinking this, I think it should be this. And then when you hear it, it's like, okay, oo nga no. So at least yung the stuff that we get stuck at some points na nawawala siya dahil dahil may tumutulong na more outside perspective. Yeah.
Si Rames, meron ka bang perspective on producing? May masabi ka ba? Wala lang.
Hindi,
just lang.
curious nga ako because
In your
yun nga,
experience
una,
lang.
It's a big band. It's just may horn section and parang sino nag-approve, di ba? So, yun na, nasolve na nila yung producer. And then, how about recording? Were they there sa recording? Or
Yeah. So
you recorded abroad?
Yes.
Saya.
Yes.
What did you guys bring?
Just our instrument.
Like
Guitars lang,
guitars,
actually.
pedalboards.
Yeah. Di na namin nagamit pedalboard namin. Digital na
For me,
lahat.
actually, the studio kasi was pretty small. So they had
In
to
Malaysia yan,
rent,
in Malaysia.
So they had to rent like a e-drum set. And then nagko-connect sila sa Logic ata. Then nagsasample, they just put in, they assign samples for each
Naka-MIDI
pad.
lang yung drums.
Yeah, naka-MIDI lang
So
yung
medyo
drums.
adjustment.
Yeah, medyo
Okay.
adjustment pero I think I was able to adapt naman by like the
By
first
day
half of the day.
3.
No, by the first half of the day naman. So
Paano yung cymbals?
as in lahat sila rims puro
Naka-Roland ata tayo.
Roland
Oo.
drum set yun. Parang
Tawag
similar
yung
to
V-drums.
Wish ata, 'di ba?
Parang
sa
Wish. Okay.
Yun. So yeah.
And then, did they have you make a guide track? And then that's what you played to, or you played
I actually played
together?
We would, so yung flow namin, unang-una sa umaga bago mag-start yung songwriting, parang instruments down, tago nyo muna yung instruments nyo, tapos usap tayo about what the song should be about. It gets really personal, para siyang group therapy. Or para siyang intervention para sa isang tao. They talk about one issue and then everyone shares their experience about it para we can all be aligned about what the song should be about. Even the instruments, parang we're not, I think that's one of the biggest things na because everyone was aligned musically, it was easier to write to capture the right emotion dun sa form ng kanta. So, ang workflow namin after doing that therapy thing, yung group sharing, gagawin namin yung form muna, yung structure ng kanta. Kaya yung chords ng verse, chorus, pre-chorus. Tapos,
Di ba
pag
usually-
nakuha na yun,
may peg, 'di ba? Like a song peg.
yeah, mag-references
May
muna kami. Tapos pag nakuha na yun, split up na yung rhythm section, tsaka, well, ako, magsusulat na ako ng lyrics habang inaayos nila yung ano.
So the songs weren't written. You wrote the songs in the studio.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Mahal nun.
Super.
Pero one day lang eh.
It
So,
was.
hindi ka nakangal.
Pero hindi, ilang songs yun?
So yung unang songwriting camp namin, when we met them, one song.
Okay.
Tapos, nag-enjoy kami, pati rin sila. So, bumalik kami 1 month later to finish 6 more, no? 7 more songs.
Seven.
Yeah, 7 more
So
songs.
like in a week, parang we have one song a day.
Yeah. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. As in, weekends off naman para makarelax
Pero
kami.
are you staying in a hotel or Airbnb? Are you staying?
We were in a hotel. Best part was 24-hour gym.
Nice. Yeah.
Akala ko like food yung...
Hindi, pareho lang yung buffet araw-araw.
Gym, right. Yay, treadmill.
Well, yeah. Nag-hotel kami. Tapos yung studio, actually, nasa bahay siya nung producer ni Hyoshin. There's a gigantic house. Meron pa siyang isang structure doon na pang massage lang. Hindi namin nagamit, pero meron siyang elevated structure. Crazy. It's a nice place.
Very nice.
Kung K-pop producer ka, malamang may...
Yeah.
How about the Misbehave tour? Kasi, di ba, I think you're on it or tapos na?
Tapos na.
Tapos na.
Yung
So, can you
minibar
talk to
tour.
us about what happened and experiences? Yeah.
So, nung dati kasi, bago pa mag-pandemic, or let's say, bago mag-raining in Manila, we used to do a lot of like intimate shows sa mga bars. And, at that time kasi, hindi pa kami sure na we wanted this as a career. So, when the band started scaling, because of raining in Manila, parang di na namin natutukan yung mga intimate shows. And now that we have a good grasp on how we should, yung mga, just like, comes with the territory of like, suddenly, lumaki yung banda and you're scrambling how to handle all the tax, the finance, the marketing, all that stuff, diba? Mga ganun. Now that we're better at those things, bumalik na kami dun sa mga intimate shows namin, seeing all our fans na ayaw pumunta sa mga mall show. Sato daw it's too bright there. Kailangan daw gusto niya mga madidilim na venue.
Tama.
So, bumalik kami doon. We did that for a month, I think, or 3 weeks. Mga ilang shows yun? 6? 4?
Yeah, about 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
about
around
6
that.
months.
Yeah.
What's the best venue for you guys sa tour na yun?
Ako, I had fun sa Mose. We had like a
Mose,
special concert.
Astig.
Kasama
Talagang
namin-
madilim.
Madilim.
Doon tayo sa pinakamadilim.
Bawal ang pintana.
Mahina yung aircon.
Yun, madilim.
Joke yun. De joke lang. Kasama namin Cool Pals at Tubero.
How did that?
Oo nga, galing nung...
Kasi
Same
pinag-usapan
question.
namin ni Darren.
It's kind of wild
how
nga. We had a guesting sa podcast ng Cool Pals. So, nagkwentuhan lang kami doon na bring up yung Tubero. Kasi they also had them as a guest sa Cool Pals. So, they just threw in the idea na baka wild magka-gig na kasama Tubero, Cool Pals at Lola Amor. Tapos yun, the concept was born. Pero a few weeks later, nag-follow up. Tapos yun, nabook na yung place. So, sobrang mix yung crowd eh. There are fans ng stand-up comedy, ng Tubero, ng Lola Amor.
Pag tinignan mo yung crowd, hindi na tayo pinunta dito. Hindi na tayo kilala.
These are
Yung mga
familiar
tao
faces
doon.
ha.
So parang mall.
Pero madilim.
Iba-ibang tao, iba-ibang pakay, pero madilim.
Yun.
Okay.
Unifying factor.
Si Direk Juno invited me sa Mo. Sabi, are you, tama ba to? Tubero and Lola Amor. Pero sketchy to Direk.
Iba yung mga yan.
Scam.
Hindi ko alam kung sinascam ka ni Direk Juno.
Since nabanggit nyo na nga na nung start na hindi kayo rin sobrang sure kung magtutuloy kayo, maybe you can talk to us about yung beginnings ng band. Paano kayo nag-start?
So, yung original, actually, usually pag nagpa-podcast kami, hindi kompleto yung original lineup eh. Pero ito na lang, kami
Ito yung
tatlo na lang
pinaka-kompleto.
The original lineup.
That was made in probably 2012, 2013.
Around, high school pa kami nun. We were doing parang Battle of the Bands. Pero magka-barkada naman kami. We were about 7 or 8.
It's from two bands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Laban kami. Silang dalawang magkakampi.
Ano yung sound ng two bands? Ano yung difference ng sound?
Well, paano ba?
Yung band kasi namin ni Messina, neighbors kasi kami. So we'd be like practicing his garage lang. We would cover anything.
Parang ang dami.
Like anything.
Kasi may Gangnam Style sila.
May Gangnam Style
Na metal.
Na metal.
Metal Gangnam Style. Mga ganun. Funk metal. FCP Remix meron din.
FCP Remix meron din.
Tapos we did some weird rendition of like Neon John Mayer. Pero banu kami nung time na yun. So
Pero okay na.
parang Raymond would play the bass part and I'd play the melody part of the guitar because we couldn't do it individually. So I was like, Raymond, you play the bass and I play the melody part. So I don't know how it worked. It probably didn't.
Yeah. So, no Battle of the Bands, just saying, lagi silang talo.
You don't have to put that on record.
I hear that in every interview.
Exactly. You don't have to
You
say
gotta
that.
say it in every interview.
You have to remember.
Pero mas madami kaming songs. We had fun.
Hey, we covered Two Trick Pony.
We did. We played Two Trick Pony.
no.
Pero we didn't perform it in a live. Did we never perform that? Did we?
I think I auditioned Butterfly Carnival with another band though. Sa Austin.
I want to see that. Sandwich with horns.
Oh, there were no horns yet at that time.
Drummer pa siya, no?
Yeah, drummer pa ako.
Ako din, drummer din ako.
Sinuunang panahon.
Ito yung setup mo sa bahay, yung hi-hat mong maganda.
Kasi kalawang na yung instrument ko. Medyo hindi ko na siya naalagaan eh. So, kapag nag-jam kami, yung hi-hat ko may parang few seconds delay. Pag inapakan mo, late siya magbabagsak. Parang...
Kalabanin niyo pa yung kalawang. Parang
kalabanin pa yung kalawang.
Digital yun, may latency. Digital hi-hat.
So, nagulat ako paglipat ko sa normal na drums or yung working na drums. Parang, dali pala. Bakit siya bumababa agad?
Resistance training pala.
May challenge.
Ba't kayo nag-vault in?
Nagsawa lang kami dun sa usual na songs na ginagawa namin. So, for one buwan ng Wika event, yung band namin, yung side ko, in-invite namin yung side nila. Kasi magkabarkada kami, lunch table, ito lang rin yung itsura niya. So, we invited them to perform with us kasi alam namin nagka-trumpet yung drummer nila tapos yung saxophonist namin yung bassist namin nagka-saxophone. So when you add all of them together, it still made sense.
Pero, buwan ng wika, Tagalog yung inanta nyo.
Yes.
Anong kanta yon?
Yung Played Yakap sa Dilim.
Wow.
Gusto mo ng baboy.
Gusto ko.
Gusto nila ng baboy. Hindi ko alam.
Gusto mo ng baboy.
So, paano yun? Ilan kayo? 8? I mean, 8.
Radioactive Apo. Radioactive Apo Hiking Society.
You're mutated. 3 arms.
So, paano yung nag-transition into may day jobs ba kayo nung start? Was this high school?
High school yata.
This is high school.
High school ba yan?
So, going to college, paano kayo
Hindi kami active for our first year in college kasi nag-adjust pa kami to college. It's nung...
Hobby pa lang talaga. We'd still meet, pero just to jam as friends.
High school was Lasal.
Friends. Yeah,
May feelings na ba ngayon?
Wala tayong feelings.
College was UP ba?
UP.
Hati. Dalawa sa kanila,
Yeah.
UP. Tapos
Hati
most of
pa
us
rin no?
Lasal. Yeah.
Okay. I caught you guys, I think, in UP na
Sa UP Fair?
No, we played the same show in Root. Birthday ni Veda. Si Veda, anak ni Buddy Zabala.
Yes.
And then you were her favorite band, and you guys, they invited you guys, and we also played. I think kami ni Buddy played as a K-pop backup band. All her friends sang a K-pop song. Tapos kami ni Buddy yung backup band.
Session band.
I forgot what band we covered. Basta we were just the backing band for her friends singing to her. Parang surprise party And you guys played the show. No, kayo una nakita.
Sa route pa yun, no?
I think right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like at the cusp of... What did you guys do in the pandemic?
We had to adjust to, syempre, online setting since everyone's just at home. That's the time na we had to invest in parang online recording gear.
Doon kami natuto mag-record. Hindi kami marunong kahit ano before that.
Yeah, so just to survive, we got mga microphones, mga mixers ng sarili.
Audio interface.
Yeah, so we tried to record parang online versions or recorded versions of
online gigs.
For online gigs. Tapos at that time we released...
Vlog pa tayo eh.
Oh, we tried vlogging also. Didn't pan out, man.
Why?
Why?
We're bad.
Like, we don't know what to talk about anymore.
The video sucked. We didn't do it again. Nagka-podcast rin kami called One Bot.
One Bot.
Kami dalawa lang. We had to...
Isang bote.
Isang bote.
Yeah. Wala pa kaming idea of mga family-friendly programming, mga ganun. So, during the podcast, may isa kaming bote. Tapos, magka-cut kami kasi naubos na. Isa pa. Yung third episode, ganun na kami magsalita.
If you start from the beginning, individually, how was music in your house? Parang what did your folks listen to? Your siblings, individually when you were growing up?
Ako? Go.
Of course, goes without saying. Your music.
Oh no! Sorry.
Yeah, siguro sa akin mix naman siya. Parang sa household ng mom ko, yung tita at tito ko, very into Pearl Jam, Silverchair, Soundgarden. My aunt was naman into Fleetwood Mac, Red Hot, Incubus. So, iba-iba. Sa dad side ko naman, more on OPM. So, doon din yung E-Heads, Kaya Lili. I actually got to watch yung first reunion concert nyo. Or second, yung sa MOA Grounds. So, yun. Yeah, that one. So, yan.
Same rin yun sa akin. Yeah. My dad had the same, almost exactly the same yung mga sinasabi mo.
Growing up, my dad, same music taste. Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots, Nirvana.
Yes.
So like, yung car rides, puro Metallica, mga ganun. Heavy.
Nakikita ko na papunta yung tubero, nagigets. Nagigets ko na.
Yeah. Dream come true.
Yung pala yung connection, nakikita ko na.
I think that's why we all became friends also in high school. Kasi same taste in music. Actually. Ganun na yung pinapakinggan namin.
Sa inyo naman.
My dad was a very big Beatles fan actually. Kaya you see,
dami niyang merch sa
ang daming Beatles merch sa bahay ko.
Talaga?
Marami, like the Abbey Road sign was there. Tapos CDs lahat. Also a bit of an OPM fan din siya, like E-Heads, Apo Hiking, all that stuff. Then a lot of my music taste actually came from my brother, the old saxophone player for the band. So a lot of Muse, Carly Rae Jepsen. no, as in sobrang iba talaga, pero I get the vision. Tapos those two, Red Hot, all that stuff. Then for me now, it's like puro Daft Punk, Tame Impala. So very, very mixed.
Yeah, that's my next question. What do you guys like now? So from Daft Punk to Tame Impala.
Radiohead, The Strokes, very that side of music yung talagang intricate. So yeah, that's my taste now.
Kayo anong latest music mo?
Latest obsessions ko are Silk Sonic and 1975. So good. But yeah, that's yung sa 1975, I've been studying their live shows. Ganda na mga live shows nila, yung production nila. Medyo parang...
Naghahalika na daw sila eh. Nakita ko na ginawa niya. Alam ko na kung saan galing. Pero gagawin sa Malaysia. Ay, Malaysia. Tinagalog eh, no? Para hindi tayo maano na.
Siguro ngayon, for me, I'm listening to more on the musical side. Actually, iba-iba yung music na pinapakinggan ko ngayon.
Sabihin mo na.
There's one song. It's called. It's in the genre of dwarf metal. So
Dwarf metal? What is dwarf metal?
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Wow.
So they're a band who have the theme of the Lord of the Ring dwarves. So their music is based on being dwarves. So may music na naghuhukay lang sila sa mines.
Say the lyrics.
It's called Diggy Diggy Hole. You guys gotta check that out. It's very good.
Like Snow White, gano'n?
No. Like Lord of the Rings
Lord
dwarves.
of the Rings talaga, okay.
Hindi yung Seven Dwarves.
Mas gusto ko yata yung Seven Dwarfs pero metal. Hi-ho! Actually, okay.
For me, not as crazy as dwarf metal. Mga usual, I've been listening to like guitars, mga Cory Wong.
Funk. That's where the funk, ikaw nagdi-dictate ng music nyo, ano? Yung naririnig ko talaga yun. Yung dwarf metal, pag narinig ko sa music.
You'll see.
We're going to investigate after this episode. What is this dwarf metal? But what are you, ang daming releases ngayon, Darren, na albums. What do you guys listen to recently na, wow, ang ganda nito
No skip albums.
Hindi, not no skip. Parang yung bagong release lang recently online, whatever.
I've been listening to Shelly, yung band ni Clairo.
Clairo.
Yeah, Clairo.
Nakas na ngayon live, ano?
Ang galing ni Clairo and her other music. It's really good. Pero it's more of the parang...
dahil cute siya.
No. I mean, cute naman talaga siya. Pero magaling naman talaga siya. As in, very cozy, very...
Has she played here?
I think she has
once, right?
In a very old Wonderland set. Pero that was before her first album ata. But yeah, Clairo for me.
Albums.
I'm drawing a blank, man. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, it's not really an album environment these days.
Puro singles na rin.
Yeah, actually.
I've been trying to get back into listening to albums. So, Bruno Mars talaga obsession ko ngayon. So I listened to it. No, I haven't. Jeff paid for it but didn't see. He saw 30 minutes dahil sa traffic sa Pilipinas rin. Damn. Jeff is our saxophonist. Wala siya dito.
Magkakabagong Bruno Mars daw later this year, sabi nila. Parang tagal pala niya maglabas ng album. Parang every 4 years.
But then he had a single with Apata.
Si Rosie. Yeah.
Pero yung albums niya, parang matagal rin pala.
Alam mo, ang dami, no? Pero tatlo lang.
Hits lang talaga lahat siguro.
I've seen his show. I wasn't, I came in na parang sinama lang ako. Tapos nung napanood ko yung show, parang, we hate! Sobrang galing. Parang channeling everybody from Michael Jackson to Prince to James Brown to the whole deal.
Yeah.
Tapos parang, paano ito nagpapahinga? Kasi yung backup dancers niya is the horn section and the bass player.
Yeah.
Pangalan na, The Hooligans?
Backup dancers, singers, horn section and are the same people.
Isa lang yun?
Yes.
We can do it.
No, you can't.
With choreography, it's not just left and right, di ba? It's with choreography. How is he resting?
Spins pa sila
Yung
dun.
rest pala niya, may parang musical interlude yung solos. But it's not solo, wanking solo. Parang, kunwari, I know he's taking a break, changing a shirt, whatever, drinking water. Tutugtog yung keyboardist. But he'll play a Japanese song na kakanta yung mga tao. Parang, syempre, sa Japan ko napanood so hindi ko alam yung kanta. Pero yung buong magkahawak. Parang ganun Tapos ganun din yung gitarista. He'll do a nice melody. Tapos mamaya kumakanta na rin yung audience. That's how he rests. Kasi parang, yung segue to favorite album ngayon, Turnstile. Late in the game, pinag-usapan natin last week, yung Turnstile. How do they rest? Kasi basagan ng mukha di ba? Basag yung tas stage diving. How do you rest? It's punishing. Tas, kaya pala yung album nila may mga synth interludes. Uupo lang pala siya.
Alam mo, nag-emote na.
May emote lang. Nagpapahinga yan, alam mo. Para ready na. Pati yung audience, kailangan magpahinga
Yeah.
Siyempre, wala lang. Sorry. Nagulo ko yung usapan. How did you get into your individual... I know you also play guitar, right?
Yeah, I do.
How did you get into your instrument? Paano kayo tinawag ng sandata mo? Double question, yun. Tsaka, na-meet nyo ba yung tubero ng walang masks?
Yes!
That's my brother.
Ang ganda, magkaiba yan. Okay.
I started guitar kasi yung nakita ko yung sina Zoe sila natuto sila mag-improvise, mag-guitar solo. It just looked like they made it look easy and it sounded so good. Even though like in retrospect it's pretty bad. But when I heard that I was like, okay, I gotta get in on this so I can join them when they're jamming.
Anong grade yan?
7?
Mga a year late ka or something.
Yeah, I came in first year high school na.
So for me, siguro I started drums muna. I think it came from listening to a lot of Green Day and Avril Lavigne. Kasi mahilig sa... Hindi naman.
Malapit siya. Kamag-anak yan.
May pinsan ko, mahilig sa Avril Lavigne. Bumili siya ng gitara. Ako naman kumuha ng drum set. Pero hindi naman kami nag-jamming. Wala lang. Separate story also. So ito ako, nung na-meet ko sina Zoe at si Raymond na magkapit-bahay kami. Yun, may drum set ako. Si Zoe nagigitara na. So pinilit ko si Raymond mag-bass. Tinawagan ko lang siya. Raymond, bili ka ng bass. Tapos nag-hang up ako. Kinabukasan, bumili siyang gitara.
With siya acoustic guitar.
So yun. Pero eventually, nag-bass naman siya. Sa horns naman, sa Zubel kasi, so damay ko na rin si Rafi at Jeff and Manu, kapatid ni Pio, who plays bass for us now. We used to be part of a symphonic band or orchestra nung high school. Doon kami natuto mag-trumpet or saxophone or clarinet. We didn't think we'd be using it for a band setup, pero I guess it panned out for us after a while.
Few days ago, sinasabi ni Messina na forgot why you were saying it, pero mali kasi yung embouchure niya. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
Embouchure.
It's okay. Most people don't know what it is.
The way you shape your mouth against the mouthpiece of your instrument. So, mali yung form niya, I guess. Bakit it's been, 15 years, di ba pa rin inaayos yan? Sabi niya, I didn't think I'd use it after high school.
Pero bakit sax?
No, I played trumpet. Yun.
Sorry, trumpet.
Hindi, kasi kala ko, nung in-offer yung program ng orchestra band, kala ko rock band. Ang banda. So, when I got there, it's symphonic band. Ikaw, sali ka, pakita ng ngipin mo, trumpet ka.
Bakit anong ginalaman?
The shape of your mouth or your teeth, it doesn't necessarily dictate your instrument, pero it helps eh. Kunwari kung tabingi yung ngipin mo, papangit yung form ng how you bite. For example, sax or trumpet. Pero not 100% necessary, pero it helps eh.
Do you listen to trumpet music?
No.
People ask me music, Jan.
Miles.
I listen to Interstate Love Song, Black Hole Sun.
Pag nagsusulat kami katay, yung mga sinasuggest niyang trumpet lines, tunog gitara. Parang guitarist yung nagsulat.
Si George Benson, baliktad. He plays his guitar like horn lines naman because he listens to horn music. I don't
Sounds
know
like
if
it works better.
Diba Cake, have you heard Cake?
Yeah, okay yun.
Di ba yung lines?
Yeah, yes.
Is he the singer who plays trumpet? No.
I don't think so.
Hindi. Kasi sabay, ang ganda din may war pig sila na trumpet.
Yes.
Diba? Taran.
Yeah.
Sa chord violin naman, pero magaling rin yung integration nila dun
Ng
sa
violin.
Oo, magaling rin.
Kayo, paano ang
For me, actually, na-influence ako sa Guitar Hero. So, may time na parang...
That's where we found our music.
Yeah. So, may time na parang na-addict ako sa Guitar Hero. So, I'm like, you know what? I'll try it out. Tapos yun, sakto, I moved.
But it's different, di ba?
Yeah, it's so
totally different.
Very
I played Guitar Hero nung nilaro ng anak ko, talo ako eh. It's not the same, anak.
It's actually
It's
harder.
not intuitive.
Like, when I learned guitar, I tried playing Guitar Hero. It's actually harder
Diba?
than real guitar. Because I tried to play the songs.
Magaling ka na mag-Guitar Hero before you did this.
I think I was pretty good at Guitar Hero. Tapos when I played guitar, I'm like, it's so different. Tapos yun, nung neighbors kami, I have a funny story. So kami ni Raymond, we wanted to cover a song, Animal I Have Become. Tapos parang we were new pa. Pero the song was in drop C. So it was like everything dropped, tas yung D dropped rin to C. Pero nung time na yun, wala kami alam, E standard lang. So we played it in E standard. Pero in our heads, I'm like, oh, it sounds pretty good. Pero parang like, I don't know, it's just...
Pero one octave higher.
Yeah, like way. And it's so out of tune.
Akala ni Raymond dati, lahat ng strings pare-pareho lang. Pataas lang yung tunog. So, piniplay niya yung mga riffs sa ibang strings.
Oh my God, yeah. Tapos I think we realized we were getting good kasi the neighbors stopped complaining after a while. Tapos we were like, okay, kaya pala sila nagko-complain before.
Kasi hindi nakatono yung gitara.
Yun lang.
Guys, it's in drop C. Hello.
Drop C.
Drop C.
Well, for me, I was actually the only child of my parents that didn't play an instrument when I was super young. So, yung older sister ko, nagpo-vocals. Si Jox, nagsa-saxophone, bass guitar. Multi-instrumentalist siya, so magaling. Ako, wala. Then my little sister plays piano. So, but I think eventually my parents found a drum teacher who could teach me. It's like, oh, Rafi, baka you're interested in playing drums. And then that's where they got Sir Joseph, if you guys remember him. Yeah. So yun, nag-drum lessons ako for like 2 years. Then that's when the symphonic band opportunity came in. Kaya I learned how to play percussion, like every other instrument, like the timpani, the xylophone, etc. So, ayun, parang it basically stuck with me my whole life from then on. Never thought that it reached this point na
After high school.
After high school. I mean, I've always enjoyed playing the drums naman talaga. It's just grabe. Like to reach this stage is a blessing. Kaya yun, that's how.
May timpani na on stage.
Oh, dream ko yun. Please.
With a pedal.
Oh, sobrang. Yeah, yun yung dream, yeah.
So, paano kayo nagsettle on the name rin, Lola Amor? Ano yung start nun? And paano kayo nag-form from that after high school, nung college? Tapos parang, yun, nag-form. How did you form?
Our first show was kami, parang birthday ng kaibigan namin na they asked our collab band that they saw in high school to perform. At that time, we didn't even have enough songs. So, ginawa namin half muna yung banda ko. Tapos second half banda. Tapos yung last 2 songs, combine na lang tayo.
Team.
May team. Tapos that year, because we had fun in that show, we started jamming a lot more. And then, nakita namin yung contest ng Wonderland, yung Wonder Band, na if you win, you get to play in the festival. So that's when we first had to think of a band name. Kasi dati yung pangalan namin, yung banda ko, Sinigang na Baboy, banda nila Decaf. So yung combined name namin, Sinigang na Decaf, di ba? Hindi siya maganda, baka di pa kami manalo kung mag-enter kami ng mga contests, ganun pangalan namin. So we had to think of one. Yung unang method namin was, let's look for random Dota items. Baka pwedeng pangalan. We had a
Ogre Club.
Ogre Club.
I wanted
Ogre Club.
Very dwarf na to.
Sayang.
But eventually, because that wasn't working, like one suggestion was, daming mga bands na they just use someone's name. So what if we use our Lola's name? Tapos nag-contest kami sino yung pinaka band name worthy na Lola.
Ano yung mga contestant?
Ako Dulce.
Lola Dulce. That would have been nice too.
Kakaiba.
Sa akin, Lola Nanette.
Lola Nanette is even cooler. Nanette!
Yours was also
Lola Baby was
Lola Baby, generic si Lola
Typical.
Baby. Everybody's got a Lola Baby.
Yeah. Medyo generic.
Everybody's got a Lola Tita Baby.
Yeah.
Baka madami sa Spotify nun 10 eh. Lola Baby. Madami.
Tama naman.
Alam mo, lahat yun Pinoy eh.
alam eh. But then,
meron ding
Kanina si Lola Amor.
sa amin ni Manu.
Okay.
Meron ding Lola Juanita. That was the
Lola
second
Nita.
place.
Parang
I think.
restaurant yun eh. yung
Ah.
dalawa pwede. Lola Nita. Lola Dulce pwede.
Dulce.
Yeah, that's
Si
how we
Lola
got the name.
Amor ang winner. Which Wonderland did you play?
2017. Yeah.
Who headlined?
Hon. And
Yes, Hon and Lainey.
Lainey ba?
Hon and Lainey at the time. Oh.
How's
Hindi
that
maalala ko.
XP?
Wala kaming tech team nung time. na yun.
Kami lang din.
Wala kaming alam.
Walang monitor mix. Bahala
Nope.
na. Wow!
Basta wedge, lakasan mo na lang amp mo.
Ngiti na lang kami.
Tapos kapag-share natin holding area si Gabby Alipe.
Did why?
Yeah, I think
He played by himself or
I think he played with
Gavin John. Yeah.
him and John. They had an
Yung
acoustic
acoustic.
set.
Ah,
Yes. So we're like,
2017. Tapos, recently I saw you guys working with other OPM artists. Si Lian and Naara
yes.
from Warner. Sino pa yung mga nakakolab nyo recently?
So,
Well, in the past years, madami na yun. Si Al James.
Oo nga eh.
Al James.
How did that?
Astig.
Coke Studio kami.
Yeah, kapartner
Okay,
kami
okay.
sa Coke Studio. So they wanted to fuse parang kakaibang sound. I guess we were more on the, paano ba?
Tayo yung nga kaiba.
Tayo rap. Sure na rap. Kami, hindi sure eh. Pero, yeah. Yun, nag-collab kami. We had to write one brand new song for them. Sundan mo ako. And actually, it turned out okay.
So he wrote a verse on your music.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Pag naglatag lang kami ng rhythm section, we weren't sure pa of the lyrics at that time, pero once sure na yung parang melody or yung tune ng rhythm, binigay namin sa kanya. Lumabas naman siya ng lyrics. Maganda pala. Actually, yung galing.
And then nung pandemic, syempre pandemic you're all researching how to stay relevant as a musician, diba? Mga ganun. So at that time yung trend was collabs.
Kala ko trend was COVID. In the pandemic, the trend was COVID. How to stay alive.
But yeah, since we've only worked with one artist before, so we hit him up, and then we also did the song with Clara Benin and si Lian and Naara. Yeah, may pa tayong collabs na na-release.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
Wait, how is Tubero without the mask? Are they different people or same?
very different.
They're so nice.
They're the nicest people
They're
ever.
So nice.
So parang Slipknot, they're the nicest people.
They are the best people.
So.
As in, you would recognize them if you see them around.
No.
No.
I would. I was like,
I would, yeah.
that guy's he's a good man. And once he wears the mask, ibang-iba na.
Iba. It's actually if you know metal culture, they're exactly what they say metal people are. Diba? They're the nicest.
They say they are.
They're very nice people. Parang ano lang, parang during the show, they look like I saw a YouTube video called them.
Dahil may madaming request for Tubero to guest here.
Oh my God. Make it happen.
Pero,
Sure.
pero feeling ko pag tinanong namin sila ng question and one answer, 1 second lang. That was the episode. We should do it, ganun ano. Sasagot lang sila, mumurahin na. Fuck
100 questions.
mumurahin ka lang nila. Fuck you, taas. Alis na sila. Credits na.
Yun na yun.
We should do it.
Yung setlist nila sa show namin, parang 32 songs.
32 songs.
30 something.
That's a 40-minute set.
Parang
Buong discography na nila.
Green Day yun, ha? Green Day Coachella na yun, di ba? 32
Pero
songs.
40 minutes lang yun.
Ayan, sabi niya dun sa set niya, okay, nakadalawang album na tayo.
So, paano naman kayo na-sign? And ano na una, yung Raining in Manila na nag-hit? Or you guys getting signed first?
We got signed first during the pandemic. Siyempre, as an indie musician, you're taught to be like, labels are evil. Mga ganun at that time. Pero, eventually, we thought about it, and in the time of COVID, you need funding. So, yun yung naging reason namin to consider. And before that, we were already working with Warner under distribution. All thanks to our manager, si Mika. Mika! It was her idea to bring in a tech team, get a sound engineer,
We couldn't do all of it.
become a proper band. 1 year na kaming tumutugtog na walang tech team bago
Your
siya.
tech team is sino?
Sila
Who's doing your, I think we have the same monitor guy. Si Jeff? Si Jeff made our monitor.
Yeah. He's a consultant sa amin. Tinetrain niya yung tech namin.
Siya nag-build ng monitor rig.
Yeah. Forerunner. Shout out to Forerunner.
Forerunner.
So, how did the single change yung yung dynamics of the band? May nag-iba ba nung nag-hit yung single?
I guess, dati kasi, ano ba to? Creative side or yung back end ng band?
Pwedeng both, I guess.
I guess sa back end, at least, before Raining in Manila, kaya ng isang tao, dalawang tao saluhin yung workload ng buong banda, para ganun. But when you suddenly reach Raining in Manila levels, biglang ang daming kailangan gawin, and lahat ng tao sanay sa dating gawin lang. So isang tao lang magsasalo ng trabaho ng pang-apat na tao, 3 tao, mga ganun. So I think that was a difficult adjustment that we had to, go through. Learning to share the load. Creatively, I guess, I don't know. Raining in Manila. I guess we realized that we needed more songs kasi at that point parang ilang singles pa lang kami, 3 pa lang ata.
Like 1 per year.
Yeah, once a year lang kami, and then people started asking for more music. I was like, oh no. Wait 1 more year.
Okay, how about future? Do you have any future projects or releases that you wanna talk about?
Is the album coming out?
yeah.
May launch ba or may tour?
Yes. So we do have an album coming out this year na pwede ko na ba sabihin yung title? Wag muna. Wag muna. Okay.
The title is Wag Muna.
Yeah, anyway, we can't mention the title yet, but it's coming out very soon bago mag-Burr months ma-release na namin. But we will also be having a big show, just like last year. We've been preparing for it for 2 months already.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sa 1 to 3 block pa rin ba? Or bigger?
Bigger. Last year nasa Circuit Makati.
Circuit, open grounds.
Yeah.
The one with si Daniel ba? Yan ba yun?
Dante.
No?
Dante.
Wala pa, that one.
Sa Circuit yun?
Yeah.
Okay. This year, saan?
Di pa pwede sabihin, di ba?
Daming secrets naman
Di
dito.
pa finalized, rather.
Pwede na. Basta Makati. Sa Makati siya.
Sa Giho daw, guys.
But yeah, indoor venue naman. Aircon tayo.
Presko na tayo ngayon.
Yes, na tayo. Walang ulan eh.
Pero
Rainy
madilim pa
season
rin.
eh.
Madilim.
Madilim.
Madilim pa rin. So,
Makukuha namin
all walks of life.
Yeah, so watch out for that. We've been working really hard for on this album.
And the title of the new song coming out
Yeah, the title of the new song coming out next week is The Moment, featuring Kokoro of Psychic Fever from Exile Tribe. Haba yung pangalan nila, but it's a Japanese idol group, I guess. J-pop.
Yeah.
Yung Psychic Fever.
Did you record in Japan?
Ito natapos na yung kanta before we got to work with him. So he just recorded by himself over
Okay. Online
Yeah.
collab. Is he from Warner Japan or
Yes, he is. Yeah.
one person or group?
One person from the group.
Okay. Does he rap or sing or play an instrument with you guys?
He sings.
He sings. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, Darren, do you have any other?
Wala naman. No?
Thank you for coming out to the show.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, of course.
And good luck on new releases, new tour, and the upcoming big show in Makati, Madilim.
Madilim.
My aircon.
We challenge you guys to guess where the venue is. Post kayo ng picture ng mga madidilim na venue.
Na may aircon.
May aircon.
This episode is brought to you by our friends from Likhang Harina. Thank you, Likhang Harina, for the coffee and the pastries.
Check them out sa Grab tsaka sa JG Building sa Si Raimundo.
Si Raimundo Pasig.
Pasig.